gravity pull and it keeps me awake. I would rather be here, lonely in space. I've made up my mind, I just wanna be free. I live my own life in a new galaxy. I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing at all. I'm taking the moment, starting all over. I wanna be free and live my own life in a new galaxy. I live my own life in a new galaxy. I can feel the memories fade, it's easing my mind. And I can finally breathe when I'm closing my eyes. I never realized what light years could do, but now I know I'm better off without you. I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing at all. I'm taking the moment, starting all over. I wanna be free and live my own life in a new galaxy. Was it all in vain?
What's on your mind? You know I don't play right.
Is it only me? Do you feel I'm sinking? Trying desperately. Something changed here. You don't see it, but I can feel it everywhere. It's funny how things change in an instant. Doesn't take much thinking, but everyone can feel it in the air. Do you know I'm fading from you? I can't say it, I hate the truth.
Let's find a good song here. We're live again. What's going on, everybody? I know. Oh, crap. Yeah, I had my mic way too low. What's going on, everybody? There we go. It's on now. There we go. Okay. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Oh, shoot, it's unmuted the... That's what I wanted to unmute. What's up, everybody? Now I don't sound all bad. What's going on? Yeah, we're about to race. We're just getting it loaded up. I'll find a better one. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't feel like this is no copyright sounds for sure. Apparently it is, so let's see. That is the same. Just went all the way to the start. So yeah, no, it's gonna be good. We're gonna figure out this whole thing. We're doing the 24 hours of spa, so not alone. We have a team. One of them is gonna be Aiden Yoder. Another one's going to be a couple of others. One is going to be Brandon Carpenter. I got to make sure that he's a part of the team. Steven is going to be another one. And myself, right now, we have a team of 4. So that's cool. As long as I confirm, of course, with Aiden, which I should be able to. He said last time we're going to aim for that. Hopefully he will be able to. Of course, his life has changed drastically for the better. Former or still races, not sure, but he did not race this season in the GR86 North America Cup. He decided to focus on school. He finished up his school at the university, Cal State Fullerton to be exact. And so he's moving on from that. Took his grad trip with his girlfriend. For now, I'm sure. As in, I'm sure it'll be something different. Anyways. Yeah, he's taking time off from racing, doing all that, and so hopefully we can secure him for the team. And yeah, we'll be going good there. So yeah, it's taking a minute, but it's finally loaded up. So we will load up the screen for you all. Racing, there we go. And we will go ahead and obviously pause that. There we go. Let our CPU figure itself out for a split second. And go from there. It'll figure itself out in a moment. It only really does it with AI. Just strange. I'm just here to test. Get all this stuff done and dusted for this. Because right now we'll be running a setup.
Sounds good up here. How you copy?
Botter, radio check.
Okay, bit speed is 45 miles per hour.
Oh, we did not. Yeah, can't do this one because it's a GP circuit and we're not running the GP. Trust me, this is going to be 1,000 times better for everybody. Or for at least myself. Sim's not running anymore. There we go. Okay. Gonna do it again. I thought that it would automatically go to the endurance track, but it did not. So, with that being said, this spot, Frank Champs, endurance. Continue. Okay, now we wait again for a good amount of time, which will be fine. I'll just put on my face. Go from there, and it'll be good. It'll be really good. Try this again. It's weird. starts a little weird. Because I ended so abruptly, I guess. Anti-cheat didn't like that. That's all I wanted was the endurance. Then we're going to load up this, and it should be able to work. Yeah, no, it's loading up well, so that's good. My neck. Alright, here we go. Everything is loaded. And now, time for my computer to freak out. This is a modified Daytona 24-hour setup, which means it's a good baseline, like I mentioned, because it has the same amount of straights. And it's obviously longer, but it's got that same type of crap.
Pit lane speed limit is 45 miles per hour. Okay, pit exit is clear. Don't cross the line.
It's all the same class in this racing. It'll take me a minute to get used to this track again and see what I need to fix in the setup for just this specific thing. Because I like the setup in general. It really works for these types of tracks. Shoot, I'm on 1 ABS. One of the first ever road courses that I learned how to drive, of course, like, was Sonoma and the Glen because of NASCAR. And then after that, you know, I get F1 2012, and so I learned CODA like from the back of my head, and then obviously Spa comes on. And so then I know Spa from the F1 games. And then I have iRacing. Okay, so Launchmont still wants to kill me. It's good to know. Obviously, we're running low downforce in this set. Will we sacrifice speed? Because just watch how it just loses it. Yeah. Obviously, you can save it, but. And it is cold tires. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. We'll lift next time. Yeah, there you go. Like, it just loses it. Barrett Carpenter, the updated track messed with my head because track limits are different than in every lap guide on YouTube from Old Spa. Yeah, for sure. Hey Barrett, if you want to hop in the Discord, we can get a little call going if you want. I'll do that right now if you're available. 'Cause I just read that. That's where I'll be. If you want to hop in there and we can talk about it a little bit. We're in bottom split. Like, who the hell cares if they steal our strategy? Just ran 2 laps in the rain. If there is even the remotest chance of rain, I won't be able to drive. Never driven in the rain, and after that experience, I won't be spending a lot of time practicing that. Okay. Sure, yeah, give me a sec. No worries. I'll just jump in general. I'll jump in general. I'll respond to Steven right now. Pritchard.
Car behind you's just done a 225.55. The track temp's decreasing. It's now 80 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, if anything, there's going to be a slight chance of rain.
Hello.
What's going on?
Hey, not much. How are you?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
Sweet.
Yeah. Practicing a bit of, so you could tell.
Yeah.
Just, oh my gosh, dude. Blanchmont just decided to kill me, but then again, I'm running. What is a wing? I'm running, -1 degrees. I don't know what the basic is, and if you're having any trouble in Blanchmont. It's the final corner.
On the medium, on the medium downforce, I wasn't.
Okay.
The biggest thing for me is just going wide, like trying to get wide enough, on that green bit to just not hit the curb.
Yeah.
Because that pushed me way out wide. But
Okay.
let me test. Jump.
Yeah,
Is
but
that-
what's up?
Is that setup anywhere in here?
I don't. Maybe, like from way back, from the 24
say,
hours of
within-
2024 Daytona.
Car behind
I
us
said
just
that was
done
about
a
right.
222.80.
Yeah.
Let me look.
If anything, I'll show you what we got.
That
Set ABS to 6 ABS and TC to 6. Brake pressure's like 49.5. I might still have it on my computer that I'll send in the group chat. We'll see.
Yeah, if not, I may have uploaded it.
Okay.
Test out on.
Yeah, I have it in my setups. I know that. Dude, I can't believe how bad it is. Oh, what's the track this week? Brands Hatches, dude. Can't believe how horrific it is. Like, I've never had problems with it, and then all of a sudden I'm having a ton of problems.
Huh.
Because it's also, like, the coldest the track is, and it's, like, super overcast and dark and crappy. It's just bad.
Oh,
Okay, the
yeah.
exit's clear. Go, go, go.
There's a lot of
Cut
like
it off.
weird
Let's go.
like elevation changes like that, where I'm sure you like hydroplane through puddles, and stuff. Especially like in the.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, and everyone, I don't know. Like, McLaren's OP at that track, apparently, which is so funny. It's like, of course it is. It's the British car.
Yeah.
Porsche seems unstable as always there.
D24 Endu 1 -2 wing 1.
Yeah, I think that's it.
18.
Yeah.
Let me load that. Try it out.
I think it's like mess with brake bias and for sure the TC and ABS around 6ish should be good. If not, maybe even turn
Okay.
down TC or ABS too, but again, that was for Daytona.
Right.
is-
Yeah. I've
yeah.
been. I just loaded back into the car. It's 8-8 for me.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, turn down the. I remember turn down the TC and ABS, and it should be better than just 8. Because we don't need 8. We would only need 8 TC in the rain.
right.
If there's gonna be rain, which I don't think there would be, but like on the slightest chance there is, just at the start of the race, where it dries up.
Yeah. The only places where I really needed that much TC was the bus stop and turn 1. So.
Gotcha.
But I'm gonna do a couple sighting laps just with the lower downforce.
Okay. Yeah, my main worry is just launch mount. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still spinning.
We'll get a couple laps into the tires and check on it.
Yeah,
The leaders just run a 2:21.13.
let off the throttle. Launch mount.
5 minutes left here. Pit exit's clear. Go, go, go.
Yeah, my main focus for the last 2 weeks was just getting lap time down.
Gotcha.
Um,
Yeah, my main focus was just trying to get back into grips with the car and the way that things felt after the update. And I learned a lot. Boy, did I learn a lot.
yeah, it's been a while since I've driven GT3s at all in this game, honestly.
Mhm.
I do the Ferrari challenge, the Ferrari C.
Golly, that's... I mean, I pray for you in that series.
Yeah. It
Like,
does mean that I've gotten a little bit of... Actually, no, I think this was Rain Masters where I got the Ferrari 296 practice in the rain. But,
yeah.
so I will definitely, if Steven's not comfortable, I will definitely practice that.
Yeah. Our other guy, I think I talked a little bit about it. He's on vacation right now. That's the whole reason why I don't think I did the Nürburgring. And,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah. He's doing his, like, grad vacation. He was like, yeah, let's aim for, the Spa 24. And I'm like, got it. Done. So, he's got a lot of accolades. Just in case. Like, real life accolades.
Track temps falling. It's now 76 degrees.
We might have lost Izzy, aka Alexis, but
Okay.
yeah. If Aiden confirms, we are golden with 4. And one that will definitely be comfortable in the rain. Golly, Audi.
I got through Blanchemont okay. When I got up almost to the curb, it started to step out a little bit, but I was also being very careful, so...
Okay, yeah.
I'll get a couple of push laps.
No, I'm just pushing too soon around there. I wasn't being smart.
There is not a lot of grip through Eau Rouge up the hill.
Oh yeah, I haven't even tried that. Oh gosh.
The Radion,
Okay.
but
Like I said, at worst, if we need to push the wing up, it's fine. Because I just don't want to... That's the thing. I want to have speed for the straights. And that's why I feel like this is a good setup for that.
right.
For the camel straight, I should say.
Right, but that only works if you can get through Eau Rouge clean.
Yep. Okay. Yep, we're at him.
Jack Lawrence, pay attention.
And why did I hang on to the steering wheel? We're adding
2 minutes left.
wing.
Well, I mean, I will practice with the less downforce, and then once you tack more on, it'll just be, holy cow, this thing sticks.
Yeah. I'm adding 1 degree per time. Because I feel like the rear height and everything else is fine. I really do. I think it's just the wing angle and trying to get downforce.
Okay.
Yeah, 53% front downforce. I feel like that's... We've tagged on a good amount, and we need to warm up the tires. Because, yeah, I don't want us, like, killing
Exit's clear.
ourselves
Push while you can.
out of pit lane.
Right, yeah.
So...
Front downforce, too, like, it's better for me because I can just hammer the brakes without like that. That's my only worry with the lower wing angle is, just less rear downforce under braking. But holy, way late. Well, stop there.
Yeah, I'm practicing with the racing line just for a bit, and then I'll turn it off and get back to the grips because I know where to brake for the most part. I just need to remember. It gives me a good reference point, and then I'm like, oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. I slowly moved off the reference points there. In throughout all the sims that I have before the iRacing practice, I probably spent 6 hours here just trying to learn cars and games.
Oh yeah.
Here in Catalunya.
Oh gosh, Catalunya. The old Catalunya, I should say.
Yeah, with the chicane. It meant that I was a god at it on ACC open lobbies, but
Yeah.
wasn't actually that fast. I was just consistent.
Yeah, I went and saw the F1 movie today. Totally worth it.
Oh, cool.
Uh-huh.
Was it?
Yeah.
My brother saw it.
Oh yeah?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's basically Top Gun on the ground. Like, that's how it's done. If you get me. It's the same director and stuff, and it's like, guy takes kid under his wing, sort of.
Right.
Yeah. Comes out of retirement, stuff like that. But the start is
closer to, like... Is it closer to Top Gun or Days of Thunder?
It's a good question.
I guess it would be closer to Maverick.
Yeah, closer to Maverick. Yeah. Yeah, because, well, yeah, like if you remember Days of Thunder, it was more of like Tom Cruise, he has a rival.
Right.
This one, he's a teammate.
Oh my god. Yeah, big moment through Blanchimont there. I see what you mean. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying, I like how it starts because it starts with him waking up at the 24 hours of Daytona.
Heck yeah.
Uh-huh. And it's basically, it plays out like he triple stinted from like midnight or a little later from midnight to the morning. I'm like, what?
That's wild.
Yeah, some of the way that it plays out, I'm like, I see why they said if you're a diehard F1 fan, you're not gonna like it.
Right, yeah. It's cool though, like everything that they did for that, for like the 24 scenes. Like he was actually there. They had him like in the car doing like laps, like on Thursday before the race.
Yes.
Like I know of a few people who were like camping.
Time's expired.
They're
P28.
literally filming like outside of our camper.
You hear the beautiful sound of the Porsche. Yes, it's a beautiful sound and a beautiful car, but I don't love to drive it.
Well, and it's just I'm glad that the Daytona 24 gets the recognition that it, in my opinion, deserves. It's, I mean, I've gone 3 times in the mid 2010s.
Nice.
And like, one of my biggest pet peeves with Ford versus Ferrari is that like they just like painted over They didn't even paint over Fontana. They just put like the Daytona letters on the front stretch.
I know, they cheaped out.
Much BS. Like,
Alright,
so the
yeah,
fact that
2
there was like a
laps to get
real
the job
car that was in the race, and like Brad Pitt was like in the pits, like filming, like, oh, I'm about to do like a driver change thing, like during the race was pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah, they did that spot on pretty well, and I yeah, you're gonna enjoy that part a lot.
Alright, the track's heating up. It's now 79
This,
degrees.
yeah, everything. Like you saw the leaks on the internet, of course, because like they filmed it during an F1 weekend when there's gonna be crowds there.
Well, like I mean, so I went to F1 Vegas last year.
Oh wow, nice.
with some buddies because we know people who like have access to a hotel room with a balcony, like literally on the track.
Nice.
It's like one of those where it's like kind of a hotel, but it's like not really because the hotels can't have balconies and whatever. So we were watching from like a penthouse suite, like the cars go like right under us. And after qualifying, I don't think they did it after the race, but after qualifying, they sent out the 3 cars to go and do like runs.
Oh wow.
Because they had 3 of them, so they could put cameras on all 3.
Oh yes,
and have
that's
one
right.
car filming like a 2-car battle behind him, 1 car filming 1 behind, 1 in front, and then another one filming 2 in front. And then there were all the leaks of like, oh, Brad Pitt like falls down on the front straightaway. It's like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Falls
and all
down.
the podiums.
Oh yes, yes. It's still crazy how they got so many of the shots. It's just I'm probably gonna
It's
watch
wild.
it 2 more. Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch it 2 more times. I don't know. Because
Yeah.
I'm supposed to go with my cousin and his dad to watch it, and so I'm like, yeah. But I wanted to see it on the day, and my dad wants to go watch it as well, and so I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta wait for a discount day.
Discount Tuesday,
Cold here.
right?
Yep.
That's national.
Everybody does that.
Yeah. You gotta buy your tickets now then.
Oh yeah, probably. I just want the helmet popcorn bucket. I just want the
Oh.
limited edition popcorn bucket.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
It's
Must
definitely really
be-
small, but
Is it like AMC or?
yeah, maybe one of those. I saw something about it on Instagram and I was like, I want that.
Gotcha. I didn't see anything from Cinemark, but then again, I don't know.
I don't know. But like McDonald's in Europe has it as like a Happy Meal toy. I'm like, dang it, dude, bring that to the US. Like
Yeah.
they're like die-cast F1 cars. They have like a Apex GP and then like a McDonald's one. I'm like, I would put those on a shelf.
Yeah, I want to say they're doing at least the cars in the U.S., but I'm not certain.
Oh,
I
weird.
may need to check my local McDonald's,
Go
even
find
though
it.
I only like their breakfast there, but
Ooh,
breakfast slaps, but everything
Brittles.
else. Yes. Well, I like the sausage biscuit egg,
Okay, yeah.
even though it fills me
I'm
up
a
to the brim.
breakfast baconator guy.
Gotcha. Yeah. I would get that as well if there was only like a Wendy's.
Yeah. They have like it's not bad, but they have like a cold brew coffee with like Frosty in it.
Oh
But
gosh.
it's not as good as like one that they used to have. Like it like replaced something else that was a lot better.
I know what you mean. They replaced. They made like too many Frosties.
The leader is just.
Oh, yeah, all the new Frosties are absurd.
22.43.
Yeah, they're massive. Like you don't need that much, guys. There was a reason why the originals worked.
Right, yeah. They used to I mean, like I can't find those like little packets of coupons for like a free mini Frosty anymore.
Yeah.
But like even as like a fully grown adult, I'm like, dude, the amount of times that I'm like I could eat a mini Frosty right now.
Mm-hmm. No more. Yep. Yeah, no. Okay. Come on.
Has that wing angle helped anything?
You gotta watch the
I
track.
can't tell yet. Because
Okay.
I am on. I want to say it's down to the tires, dude. Like, as in lap 1 of going up a Rouge. I don't know. I don't know. May need to call somebody. See if we can get a good setup. Just have to work backwards from the medium downforce. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't tried it on the low downforce setup, but problem is I took a couple days off after I just was going for 2 hours a day for 5 days straight, and now I'm like, I don't know if it's just that I'm like forgetting how to push like braking zones, or if it's the setup.
Yeah.
Because the car feels lighter in the force feedback, but that doesn't mean that it isn't moving as much.
Mm-hmm. I ain't the braking. I know that. That's good. Okay. Real challenge. Nope. It's still Twitch.
I know it.
That felt better. I added the wing to 3. So we'll see if that makes a difference, yeah. Like I said, the biggest problem has always been the speed down the Camel Straight for me.
Okay.
Even having a good setup that can run over a Rouge and Radeon.
Yeah.
Yep. Tires just need warm up. So, if we combat that, we'll be fine.
Oh, weird. I can carry a lot more speed through that corner than I think.
Mm-hmm.
The track temp is decreasing. It's now 75 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I raised up the track temp as much as I possibly could, and it went up to 75 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, yeah, I'm just on the auto thing. I should probably raise the track temp.
Yeah.
See what that does to my lap times.
I know it's probably going to be overcast, but I'd rather just be prepared.
Right. I'm also practicing at dusk, just to give
Yeah.
myself a little bit more grip, but I'll definitely come back down into the daytime.
Oh yeah, you got to practice at all the times of the day. Dusk and night, and, you know, full night, and then, of course, morning and afternoon.
Yeah.
Afternoon's the toughest, of course.
Alright, 220.9 on this setup, so pace is there. 9.5 seconds. Shit. Gotta get better in them. Alright, let's try.
We're going to be in bottom split, so it's not the worst.
Yeah. Okay, that's good, because my road IR is almost 1100, 1076, so.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to be the
That is
lowest again.
That is almost exclusively from...
The Ferrari challenge, isn't it?
Your tires are cold. Let's get a little
I
heated.
actually
Car
no,
number
I
77.
I'm trying to yeah, I gained what is that?
Rolling start here.
Like 650 in a 2-week span just doing GR86 Cup.
You need to follow.
That's also stupid. How bad are they at GR?
It was at
The
BIR
speed
North.
is 59 miles per hour.
And I was like, I've never done this track. I'm probably gonna suck here. And I ended up being really rapid at it. And it was like consistent top 5s.
It cuts it in
like
half
5
too,
races
right?
a day.
You
Yeah,
need to catch
pretty
up to
much.
Luca.
And it's
Which
a
is
really...
hilarious because the other end of the track I'm awful at.
Is that the track where, or is that the part where it used to be the tree? Like where it's cut off?
Pace goes in.
The oak tree. Oak corner, I guess. Oak Tree Corner. Something like that.
I don't remember. I would have to pull up the track.
Obviously, a front stretch, you're cutting off halfway, so yeah. Have to guess.
Yes. Yeah. When you come out of that 180 corner and then you go down the long straightaway.
Pace car speed is
Down into, like,
60
roller
miles
coaster.
per hour.
Nice.
That's the start of the lap at that. Yeah.
You're gonna
Okay.
catch up to the car ahead.
But there was one race I had half a second on the field in qualifying, started on pole. For once I actually made it through turn 1 cleanly.
Okay,
And
catch
then
up
there's a
to
corner
Luca.
where you go up the hill and then you have to lift the right front into
Pace car
a
speed is
right
40
hand corner.
miles per hour.
Oh, yeah.
And I flipped the car and barrel rolled down the banking on the outside of the turn.
Oh my god.
Check your switches. Get ready.
That is
Like,
funny.
dang it. It was. So I still don't think I have a road win. Which is interesting. But
That is. I get a road win like every year.
I have how many? I have 3 oval wins.
Go. The track's heating up. It's now 78 Fahrenheit.
Just from
Likewise.
street stocks, and then I won a Legends race. And then I have 2 dirt road wins. Was- But I
Left
have
side, clear left. Right side, clear right.
I have a 40% top 5 percentage in sports cars.
Wow.
And like half of those 65 races were in 1 week.
The next car ahead is
It's insane.
car 111.
Alright, test drive. No, I don't want to view the cat. Are you test driving? I saw there's I saw you
Track
have
temp is 78 degrees.
what's
Air
it called?
temp is
AI cars.
66.
Yeah.
29.
How do you do
Just
that?
AI. So, I got trading paints.
Okay, rolling start here.
Anyways, I mean, you can test with the AI cars. You
Stay in line
can
behind.
have
On the right side.
iRacing's own roster, but there's a roster of GT World Challenge Europe cars in there.
Base speed is
Right.
Off of
59
trading
miles
paints,
per
you gotta
hour.
like, what is it? It's something like showroom.
These goes in,
or-
here we go.
I forget, but anyways, it goes to it says collections. Then you slide down and you like find it,
Catch up to Luca.
and then click favorite, and then you can create from that listed cars, create just a single race.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But AI right now, it's tricky because it's not great. Not because the AI are bad, it's because the frame rate drops worse with the AI cars than it actually does IRL.
The pace speed
Or
is
not IRL,
60
but, you
miles
know.
per hour.
In an actual session.
Huh.
At least for me. Still trying to figure
This
some
goes
stuff
in.
out since the last update.
I know that like
Catch up to
has been a
Luca.
performance issue, and like I know that people have complained about that. Like people
Yeah.
that specifically just want to do AI in the multiplayer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You need to
just
catch up to
podcasts and
Luca.
stuff. But I don't know why that is. Why taxing?
Go,
They
go, go.
they did a weird thing. They like reshaped a couple of stuff and it's made a massive
Clear left.
like Samantha Tan Racing Esports during the Majors
There's an
24.
accident in turn 1. I think it might be Marcus and Gertie.
They had a
Clear left.
what's the word? One of their team got disconnected
The next car ahead of us is Al, car number
for
seven.
just a bad computer crash, and so because of iRacing's update,
Yeah.
Gotta try.
so yeah, so they
Gotta slow down here.
lost the chance to win the
Good stuff.
race.
All right. Let's see what we can do here.
That was in the Majors 24. That was their main LMP one in the top class. Sorry, not LMP one.
Al,
the hypercar, main hypercar. Also known as, in America, as the GTB.
Right, yeah, I don't understand all the different. I probably should understand this, but I don't understand the difference between LMH and LMDH.
Car right. Clear right.
All that. It's like, just, like, because everyone's always like, oh, like, why doesn't Ferrari come race in America? And I'm like, well, it's a different race set. But they BOP everything anyway in the World Endurance Champion, and it's just like, I don't understand it. Like,
That's the whole thing. That's where you're right there. It's the BOP. There's different BOP. FIA kind of gives Ferrari a little bit more of a pass right now. And BOP is what it seems like.
right, yeah.
And Ferrari they did that little combination of Sebring, and that's really, I think, what brought sports car racing or endurance racing to its peak.
The one year, oh, yeah, the 1 year where they ran, yeah. Because it was one of the Cadillacs ran both.
Mm-hmm. I think that was their first year, too. If not, like, second year, something crazy like that. Whoa, Leo.
Yeah, it was one of the, oh god, who ran I think it was the factory ones back when they had the yellow and blue.
Yes.
Now it's all Whelan that runs them, and IMSA and Joda that runs them.
Car number 50 is now leading the race.
Yeah.
Cool. I bumped the. I don't actually know how I can see the track temp. Oh, that's how.
Yeah.
I
Dang.
just had to pull up my overlay.
Gotcha.
Track temp is 55 Celsius. Oh, okay. I bumped this thing way up. Alright, it's like in the hundreds.
You gave us a cut warning there.
Cool.
Because I pushed the ambient temp as high as it would go, which is 90 Fahrenheit.
That's insane. I don't think it's ever going to get to that temperature. I think we're safe from 100, but man, that's crazy.
Well, somebody said, I forget where this was. Might have been Reddit. So I had posted a question about like how to practice better, and whether or not my lap time difference between the AI race and the test session was like whether or not track conditions could cause that. And somebody said that 30 degrees Celsius is about 4 seconds of like slower time,
Wow.
which is nuts to me.
Yeah, that sounds about right, though. I mean, it affected it that much when I was in a league for oval racing. It affected it so much. It was wild.
On your left.
The track
Clear
tips were
left.
stupid. I'd be practicing in stupid conditions, and it would be even stupider. Like, I'd practice in track temps of 100-something degrees, and then all of a sudden it's like 112 degrees track temp. I'm like, really?
Clear left.
Mm-hmm.
Left
Was this
side.
before or after all the weather update?
Hold your line.
This was like right as it was happening.
Okay.
Like right as the
Yeah, 'cause
weather.
A realistic weather like
guy
Las
is
Vegas
car number
race in like
44.
the middle of May would be, or the middle of June would be killer.
Mm-hmm. And that is
When
why
I
they.
got stuck there the other week, it was 114 degrees on the strip.
Hold your line.
I don't doubt it.
Right side. Still there.
Yeah, it's not cool
Clear right.
right now in Las Vegas, that's for sure.
Car right.
As a WSOP is going on.
Clear right.
Yee.
Car left.
Yeah, right now the
Hold
big
your line.
tournament is the Players
your
Championship tournament. That's the one that everyone's in. The one that D-Nex
left.
won last year. We spin it.
You gave us a cut warning there.
Dadgummit.
Track number.
Okay, so air push is a real thing.
was almost a 225 at max temperature. Oof.
Oh yeah, that was frustrating. It was so weird. The car just like didn't get away from me. I don't know. AI were being aggressive and decided to go too wide.
Tire temps are cold. Let's get
Up
a little bit of
a
heat.
rouge.
Car number 77.
Oh,
So I was
That's
forced
fun.
on the outside. Yeah. Not gonna do that.
All right, rolling start here.
throttle earlier there.
Stay behind Luca in the right lane. Pace car speed is 40 miles per hour.
Now for what I have is good. I don't think I'm gonna start the race.
Come on, you
That's
gotta
for
catch
sure.
up to Luca.
But we'll see. I'm sure we will see an update very, very, very soon. I'm shocked they didn't do another update before tomorrow.
For what?
The Glen, 6 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Just to try to get more performance into that track. I'm sure they see it not being a problem, even though everyone's complaining and being like, dude, I gotta fix this.
That would be another one I'd be down to do. I probably should have done
Mm-hmm.
the 6 hours before I tried a 24,
Catch up to Luca.
but that's
We can still do it. If you really want to. Do it tomorrow.
that's true, actually. I don't...
Or Saturday. It's only 6 hours.
I might be able to do that Saturday. I will,
Yeah.
Pace speed
I
is
get paid to do it,
37
so if I-
miles per hour.
It's like, yeah.
I-
I think the session's 6 a.m. I'll have to make sure that you're on the team. So,
Okay.
that, yeah. Because I think you joined, but then I think you
Yeah.
left the team for some reason. I'll just make sure.
Oh, okay.
Or yeah, you can check whichever one. But anyways, like, it's easy since I think we're friends on iRacing,
Yeah.
so it's just easy for me to just invite you. You should be able to
Yeah.
join very quickly.
Yeah.
Go.
I'd want to add one more person with that, but it's just a 6. You get 2 people, that's the norm, but 3 people is, I
Just
guess,
makes it a
kind of
little bit easier.
overkill. Yeah, but it does make it easy. Because each one can double sent 2, 4, 6.
Right, yeah. Yeah, everybody does a set of tires, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Car ahead of us is Luca. Car 63.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was in a, or I was looking for hosted
Start here.
when
Keep
I
it
was
up.
first starting to practice about a week ago. And I stumbled across
On your left.
Pietro Fittipaldi doing like a practice session, like a
Car left.
private hosted practice session.
Sounds
for the
about
real
right.
life Watkins. It was
Still
like
there.
he was in
Rear
like one of the LMP2s with some random.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Only had like 1200 IR, but I was like, I don't know who that guy is, but like I wonder what their connection is.
I wonder. Ferrari's
Guy ahead
out.
of us is car number 64.
It's like
Clear right,
I
on
raced
your right.
against
Clear
Frankie
right.
Muniz once
Right side.
in a B-class Xfinity race,
Still there.
That is funny.
but that's about the only guy that I've ever actually
right.
raced against.
That is
Right
still
side.
crazy. I've
Clear
raced
right.
against an
Car right.
ARCA driver.
Clear right.
And I think it was one of the Coca-Cola 600s that I did, which was wild.
Left side.
Yeah, that was
I've
pretty.
seen a couple lobbies where somebody was like, "There's an ARCA driver in here," and then like I'll look them up, and I'm like, "I can't find you."
I know. It just that's ARCA.
Yeah.
Uh,
But even like, I used to know someone that ran ARCA West.
oh yeah.
And, like, she had a big enough presence in the garage and like social media and stuff where, like, if you searched her up, she would show up.
All right.
Like,
Yeah.
Clear right.
Right.
Right side.
Used to know somebody in ARCA West.
Hold your
Yeah,
line. Clear right. On your right.
I have a couple of
Clear
claim to
right.
fame stories, which is kind of cool.
B22.
On your right.
Like was in the
Clear
same
right.
Discord
Car
and
right.
got to talk to and announce a
Hold your line.
race, funny enough, on this
Still
thing
there.
called American Sim Network back in the day when that was a
Hold your
thing.
line. Clear right.
And
The next car ahead is Olivier.
the man
number
who we
10.
announced a race with was none other than Haley Deegan's fiance.
Car right.
oh, cool.
Clear
At the
right.
time, he wasn't with her, I don't think, or was just about to be.
Good pass. Drive away.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that was Chase Capri. There you go. That's his name.
Okay, yeah.
The car in front is car number 24.
Doesn't he do
Right
off-road
side.
stuff, like lacrosse or something?
Hold your line.
He does. So
Hold your line.
he used to do ARCA East,
Hold your
aka
line.
K&N East,
Okay.
and then he kind of lost his
Clear right.
ride because just money,
Right side. Clear right.
and he somehow, some way, Haley and
The car in front
him,
is Marvin,
they worked
car
together well.
59.
and so then they became a couple. They bought a house because Haley's YouTube
Alright.
channel at that point
Clear
took
right.
off, as well as
Right side.
she
Yeah.
still got
right.
she still had the Monster contract and the Ford contract.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much she still makes from her family or when she did. I don't know. That's a whole thing.
On your left.
I'm sure a lot because her dad technically
Hold your
owns Monster,
Clear left.
or is part,
Um,
because he co-founded it. Brian Deegan co-founded Monster Energy, I believe, with Metal
I didn't know that.
Car in
Militia.
front is
Metal
Spy,
Militia,
car
yeah.
number 992.
Yeah.
Miller, car number 67
Something like that.
is now in the lead.
He's got a big pull to it. I know that. Dadgummit, Jacob, don't hit the curb. God dang it.
Keep it between the lines. I don't think we gave us a
I
cut
hit the
warning.
curb at Blanchamont. Don't do that. The inside
Clear
curb.
left.
yeah.
I was fine, and then I
That'll do.
wasn't.
Left side. Clear left.
Just restart that. I'm starting to get better with, you know, all that.
The downforce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cars around me as well. That's the biggest thing. Racing with them.
Oh yeah.
The track temp is
Yeah, I guess that's my
78
next step, 'cause I'm
degrees.
getting-
Air temp
I'm getting
is
pretty comfortable
66, 90
Counter
minutes.
steering the setup, so whenever I have to, but
Yeah, and this is good. Once the tires
This is a
warm up,
rolling start.
it feels comfortable.
yeah.
Hold your position behind Luca on the right side.
Yeah, no, so Chase Capri, during the pandemic, that was a wild time.
Yeah.
Because I
That
raced
would make
with,
sense. Mount Single.
yeah, I raced with a lot of drivers. I was a big fan of the W Series
You
at
gotta
the
get closer
time.
to Luca.
Because I was just like, why
Okay.
not?
The pace speed
And
is
right before the
60
pandemic,
miles per hour.
it was weird because it was
This car's
2018.
in.
I had this great idea of, there was somebody that, it was an F4 USA driver that was looking at my Instagram stories after I'd gone to the F1 weekend at COTA with my dad.
Oh.
back when F1 was hip and cool and the
Speed is
USA
60
barely cared
miles per
about it.
hour.
But they
Yeah.
still loved it. And the tickets were not stupid.
Oh yeah.
And you didn't have to know anyone to really get in for F1.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man, you
Anyways,
gotta get closer to Luca.
they had F4 there, and this was a stacked lineup, dude. We're talking Christian Rasmussen, Kyle Kirkwood, Kiffin Simpson, of all people, and this guy
Yeah.
named Aiden Yoder, who I didn't know at the time.
Pace cars in, get ready.
But he ends up looking at my stories, and oh yeah, Saber Cook as well was in this
Oh
lineup.
wow.
Get ready.
Yeah. Trying to think of who else is really, really famous. But that was, I think, Zoe Edenholm that year? No, she was the next year. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, it was a really stacked lineup, but this guy, yeah, Aiden Yoder, he was looking at my stories and stuff, which was cool. And so I was like, let me just direct message him, see if he responds. I was a bold 18, 19-year-old man. Because I just messaged him, I'm like, hey, I have a YouTube channel, I like to talk racing, and I really enjoyed F4. Would you be willing to come on and be interviewed? And he's like, yeah. I'll tell my story.
that's
Next car ahead is
Uh-huh.
Luca. Car number 63.
And that's Aiden Yoder. You know, he's part of this Discord. He's been one of my best friends.
Gap 2, Luca. Ahead now.
And then,
Awesome.
Two, one.
yeah, the year after that, I got to meet him, and we did another interview, and that was really cool. And that was the same time that I interviewed Saber Cook. So, anyways, I bring that up because, like, F4 US kind of took a notice in me there, as well, that I was doing all these podcasts about them.
Yeah.
And so they were like, you want to broadcast really crappily, but this fan league? And I'm like, sure.
The next car is Sarsis. Car number
Yeah.
26.
And then at that time as well, all the racers that I knew from the W Series, they were creating these fan lobbies, these like fun racing lobbies, and that's like Alice Powell, Abby Pulling, the F1 Academy driver, you know,
Right. Yeah.
Still there.
Naomi Schiff at the time as well was racing in it.
Still there.
Yeah. Okay.
Clear left.
She taught me how to, yeah, she taught me how to race Formula Renault, and so that was like on iRacing.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like, yeah,
Left
dude,
side.
the pandemic was great to me.
Clear left.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Car right.
So
Hold your
yeah,
line. Clear right.
I've got a couple racing claims to fame.
nice.
Through family stuff. Over the years, we've gotten to know and be pretty close with David Reagan,
On your
which has
right.
been
Clear
awesome.
right.
Oh my gosh, that's a dream.
Yeah.
Like even for
Um,
me, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, my little brother does a lot of stuff at with Shriners Children's Hospitals, and he's a patient
Gotcha.
ambassador. And David's a Shriner, and so
P28.
they brought him out in 2016 to Phoenix, and saw him there, and
One. I think it's
got everybody in garages and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And from there, it just took off, and like he's gotten us pit pass, or not pit passes, but garage passes, and
That's amazing.
pretty wild stuff. Anytime that my family goes to Phoenix, I don't go anymore, being in college now, but.
Yeah.
But so that's cool, and then like recently, my little brother plays wheelchair basketball, and they were
Oh, wow.
in Charlotte for his national tournament was in Richmond, but they flew into Charlotte,
Oh,
and
wow.
David gave my parents and my brother a like private tour of the Ford Performance Center.
Oh yes, it's so cool.
Yeah, so they got to see
Amazing.
like Sims and all this stuff, and they're like, "Holy cow!" Like, but yeah, and then the other one.
Wets.
And this one might come in handy because I might try to intern for him now that they're back, being literally like 20 minutes down the road from me. But also through something with my little brother with the Children's Tumor Foundation, which was the reason why we got to go to all those Rolex 24s.
Oh,
Is
wow.
I was in the Magnus pit lane when they won GTD in 2016. Like I was in their pit.
Car left.
Nice.
Left.
What team is that? Magnus Racing. I'm trying to think. Is it the
They're the
Genesis?
44 Aston.
Oh no,
They're
the
the 44 Aston.
44 Aston. Huh. Oh. Heart of Racing? No.
It's, no. They're
On your right.
I don't know who they had sponsoring
Clear
them. But it's that's John Potter, Spencer Pompelli, and
Okay.
who the hell is the other one? Why am I blanking on his name? Oh no, well he retired. But that was the team that. What the? Hold on, I'm stopping in
Car
front of this.
right.
What the hell is
Clear
that?
right.
I feel you. This happens to me.
On your right.
Yeah, Andy Lally. That's who it is.
Lally.
Yeah.
Dang, that's
Wow,
wow.
that's
Yeah.
the team that he drove
Clear
for
right.
years.
Years.
On your right.
Yeah, Lally's been retired for a hot
Clear
minute.
right.
E12.
I think.
Yeah, he's been off and on. I think he recently took up the CEO of or owner of Trans Am. One of
Car in
those.
front is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
4.
And then he raced Daytona every year,
Nice.
and some stuff like that. But the Children's Tumor Foundation was like an associate sponsor on the car that year,
Nice.
and they brought in I forget who the main sponsor was. Back then, they had just switched from the Porsche to the Audi. CTF was on there the year before that when they were driving the 911 GT3, and they hit a possum, but because it's rear engine, they could keep going. It eventually caused enough floor
Car
damage,
left. Clear left.
Yeah.
but
Even with
um,
the engine being, let's say, yeah, the engine being in the rear or mid or whatever, I would think that's the problem. It just creates the fender and the floor damage to hit anything. That's why the BMW had to retire during Le Mans. I don't think it had
Right,
anything
yeah.
to do with the engine.
Right side.
Maybe it did.
Hold your
But
line.
my biggest thing would be the radiator.
Clear right.
yeah. So the Porsches have like just like a little compartment in the front. They have like oil and some it's probably coolant, something for the radiator probably.
Right side. Clear right.
That go through the front, but there's like a big opening, and the thing just kind of got up in there and was just rattling around for a couple hours. But
Nice pass.
Weird.
the best part of that was I think Lally was the one who hit it, and he's a vegan.
The next car ahead is car number 99.
Well, like, you can't do anything about that, man.
No, yeah.
Possums are
Right.
great, but still, like, you can't do anything about that. Same with the squirrel, man. Vegan or not, just golly. Oh no, the rabbit. Sorry, not the squirrel. The rabbit.
Was that at Le Mans?
Le Mans, yeah. The BMW WRT.
Somebody hit a squirrel in the NASCAR race at Michigan 2 weeks ago.
Oh
And
yeah, that's
then
right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
Lewis
of.
hit a gopher.
There's a
Yeah.
right hand. It looks like
It's not been a good time for
Clear
wildlife
right.
recently in racing events. I'm sure there's something that happened in a rally event too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I am significantly slower
car ahead of
in
us
the,
is. We're sorry. Car 19.
in the super hot,
Gave us a
but
warning.
now that I know that that's to be expected, I'm not that bothered by it.
Yeah,
The car still felt good.
that's good. Yeah, I put my time on X4X,
D9 ahead is now
so 4 times should be
0.30.
good. I saw a lot of cars.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
On your left. Clear left.
Just trying to, speed up time so that you're hitting every mark, but in less time.
Yeah.
I think maybe 8X might have been the key, but I felt like overkill.
Yeah. Do a 1 hour AI race. Go to bed, I think.
Car right. Clear right.
There.
Car left. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear left. Left side. Still there. Clear left.
It's a new quickest lap for Gertie. 2:30.83.
This was during the pandemic as well. Funny story. This race used to be held around April, as in, like, that's the time, I believe. Or maybe it was early May. Then, anyways, they had the iRacing 24. Pandemic screwed, like, everything up. But,
Left.
anyways,
Still there.
that was the first 24-hour event that I had ever finished.
Hold your line.
And it was with
Oh.
one other teammate.
Clear left.
And it was a 24?
24 hours of Spa.
Holy hell.
We tried the 24 hours of Daytona. Here's what happened in our 24 hours of Daytona. We were going to get the podium in the GT3 with the BMW. I think. It was going to be, yeah, BMW.
The 8.
Everything was running well. And just about 10 hours in,
Left side.
my teammate
Clear left.
randomly disconnects.
Great pass there.
Then I get a quick little YouTube chat saying my dogs, and he had just moved to Iowa too at the time. My dogs ate the power cord, or ate, not the power cord, ate the internet cord outside. And this is during the winter. So, you know, I don't know if you know about winters in Iowa.
Not much, but I spent a couple winters in Cheyenne, Wyoming, so I know about that. And if it's as windy and snowy as that, that sucks.
Yeah, ice. Roads were
well,
icy.
Ooh.
So, you know, trucks couldn't get there in time.
On your right.
Oh, yeah.
Clear right.
Like, yeah, I would have been able to hold down the fort for the night, but the trucks needed to get there, like, as early as possible. Because this was, like, 7 p.m. on a Friday. Or Saturday. Something like that. Yeah, Saturday. This was, like, the first year that they had introduced LMP2s as well. The Dallara LMP2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or second year.
It's a new quick lap for Leclerc.
Something like that.
2:30.169.
How many people
the
are
first
typically, how many cars are typically in this race? Is it 60?
There's a wreck in turn 8. Looks like it's Ali.
IRL,
Says car number
in
44.
like in real life, they decided to do something
No.
absolutely crazy. There's like going to be 75 that are going to try to start the race.
Gap to
Holy
car
cow.
number
I don't even know if they have
44,
enough pit
and
boxes.
0.24.
But they're
Yeah, they may
trying.
not.
They're trying.
I-
But here you'll probably be capped out at about close to 40.
Okay, alright.
Teams.
So then that's about what I will set my AI cars at.
I might be way off on it, but
Okay.
like,
It's trying to create the weather.
yeah, it's tough to do that. Man, I got damage. I don't know how bad it is.
There we go.
I got damage.
Hold your line. Clear right.
Car's straight though.
15th. That's a new fastest lap for Marvin. 2:30.21.
Okay, Gustav
this pretty-
Bergstrom. There's like real drivers, and oh my gosh, a lot of them are going into pits. Dude, all the AI drivers are having battles around me, and it's the funniest thing, because I just see cars going into pit lane. That means that they probably wrecked each other.
It's a new quick lap for Hall.
Oh, yeah, if they have to fix damage.
9.93.
Which is like real life. What's gonna happen in real life? Survive T1. Survive the first lap. because you're gonna have idiots in Mercs with cold tires that will wreck themselves. Dude, I wish I had that video of the 24 hours, but my dumb butt on YouTube didn't realize that it cuts your video off after 12 hours and you can't save it.
Oh yeah.
That was like the first time. So like we did the 24 and you'll see it, but you can't watch it. I could have probably like tried to call up YouTube or something, but I was like, nah. Because they did that for like one of
The next car ahead of us is Luca. Car
this
number
streamer that
63.
used to be with them, like only with them.
Yeah.
Back
in the streaming
yeah, back in that whole streaming
Yeah.
time because of
Right side.
you-
Twitch, Mixer,
Line.
YouTube.
exactly that whole
Yeah.
Hold your
when
line.
Mixer got Ninja
Hold your line.
exclusively. That's what word that I was trying to
Hold your line.
Yes.
look for. Exclusive contract. It opened up the door. Twitch did the same thing.
Hold
Then
your line.
YouTube's like, we want to get in that game. And so then
Still
that's
there.
when they brought on Valkyrie. Was the
Still there.
first real, I think,
Clear right. Car right. Clear right.
You've used half your fuel.
exclusive streamer or somebody like that. And then Ludwig signed on.
Car right.
And he's the guy that
Clear
Right,
right.
yeah.
On your right. Clear right.
And now Twitch is kind of unbearable to watch because of all the ads.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
There's a wreck in turn 1.
And a
Looks like
lot of the
it's
people
probably
now, they
close.
multi-stream, so like they don't lose any viewer. The viewer that loved YouTube
Clear
gets to
left.
watch
Left
them on
side.
YouTube
Clear
still.
left.
The viewer that loved Twitch gets to watch them on Twitch still. It's a win-win.
Right.
On your left. Still there.
Is it not?
Clear left.
Oh.
Left side.
I loaded.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
loaded up the
Clear left.
Daytona.
Car left.
I loaded up the Daytona setup and it seemed.
Still there. Clear left. Car left.
So I'm raising
Still
the.
there. Clear left.
Just try to avoid collisions.
No, I should know. I need to. Do this. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go.
The AI are ruthless up
Left
freaking
side.
Arouge and Radion. They want to pass you
Hold your line. Clear
every
left.
chance they get. Just like real life, man. Just like how it's
Yeah.
gonna be with everyone. I won't realize it.
The next guy ahead of us is Marvin. Car number 59.
Car left. Clear left. Left side. Clear left.
But yeah, no,
This
that
is a massive one.
Right front.
Oh, yeah.
98%. Rear right. 98. There you go. Drive away.
yeah, qualifying might come in handy, might not. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll
Gotta
qualify, obviously, but
Well,
eh,
if it, especially with it only being GT cars, like
yeah,
I feel like that would.
benefit some. But yeah, no, I'm timid on starts, so I want somebody that's good on starts to
Okay.
do it.
I would like to just say that my inexperience should
You're reeling.
maybe
12
disqualify
in
me,
gaps now.
so I
Okay.
don't
Slower than us entering.
throw us into
It's a new
a bunch of
fastest
other
lap
cars,
for hour
Yeah.
and then we have to wait for
2:29.38.
another start time that won't work.
Mm-hmm.
But we can talk about that as we.
That's a new fast
Right.
lap
Good
for
Jacob.
Marvin.
Yeah.
2:26.44. Gave us a cut warning there.
Talk to, like I said, I'll talk to Aiden once he gets back.
The next car ahead is Luca.
Yeah.
Car
In
number
the States,
63.
funny enough, he's in Canada because he was close to Niagara Falls. He went to New York for the 6 hours and
Oh, cool.
all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, you got
I'm
4 laps of
sure
fuel
near
left.
Niagara Falls is around there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's yeah. Watkins Glen is up, way up in northern New York, and Niagara Falls is right on the border.
Yeah. So that's where they went. They went to Canada
Oh.
as well after. And then it's going back home to Cali. So that's another
Oh, there you go.
plus.
The road trip.
Still there.
Possibly? Well, he
Still
flew,
there.
obviously. But then I
Okay.
think the rest of
Oh,
them was
drive
a road
away.
trip. Because they went to Pennsylvania at one point too. Yeah. Got to see
Guy in
the
front of us is
famous
Arsis,
buildings.
Car 26.
The intro to The Office.
Oh yes.
Far left, clear left.
So they would have been over by Pocono too then.
Yeah.
My older brother worked in Binghamton, New York this past spring.
Oh wow, Binghamton.
He road tripped from 4-day road tripped from Salt Lake out because his car was here.
Oh wow.
Because he had just graduated
Gotcha.
and like spent a day in Wyoming and then spent a night in Des Moines. Went and saw family in Michigan, and then he actually went through Canada to get down to Niagara Falls. So that's why I was like, oh,
Very cool.
I actually kind of know.
Yeah, I know of Binghamton because of The Office.
Oh yes.
It's
Oh yeah.
yeah. Is it starting to? No, that's just my windshield wipers cleaning off all the gunk.
On your right. Clear right.
Gap 2 is Arsis. Ahead is now 0.12.
Yeah, here's a fun fact. Pocono hosts after the race, like, or not after, but like, I guess in like a month or two, they'll host
Clear
a
right.
an
Car
not
right.
EDC,
Clear right.
but
Oh, like a music festival?
a music festival, yeah, an electric
Oh, cool.
house music festival, I guess.
On your
Yeah.
right.
Huh.
Hold your
Uh-huh.
line. Clear right.
10.
I saw it
3
from
laps
like
of
a
fuel.
friend slash
Give
colleague.
it up.
It was just like that bot. She's really into
The car in front
all
us
of that.
is car number 111.
Yeah.
I'm sure spends every penny on concert tickets, and I'm like, you do you. Because I'll do the same thing with racing. That also includes
yeah.
that exact thing. Like, I don't know how it was in Daytona because of how cold I guess it is every year there. That normally they don't have like concerts in the middle of the night. But I know at Spa
Yeah,
that
not-
they'll have concerts.
Yeah, the Nürburgring too. They have a lot of like live DJ sets.
Yeah.
Growing up, we would
Yeah,
always
drive away.
leave and go back to the hotel after the fireworks. And it was always like, oh, like, you know, if we keep coming back and you're older, you can stay for the full 24. But then we would always show up at like 8 a.m. the next morning. But
Yeah.
so I still want to go back and stay the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if I have to sleep in the grandstands and don't get anywhere near all the access that we were able to get those years. But we would always stay till the fireworks, go
Yeah.
home, come back the next morning, and the engines were just so much growlier. It was hilarious. Just
Yeah.
Track left.
No.
when you leave it for 10 hours and come back, it's like, whoa, these things have been running all night. Holy cow.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't really realize that. Yeah, they would sound different because they've been running for literally 24 hours. They have not been turned off. The ignition switch, I guess, hasn't really been turned off. And if it has, it's because of pit stop for safety.
Right. Well, and it was noticeable too, because like we would always get with the access that we got was the pit road patios at the end of the like at the start of the braking zone into turn 1.
Ollie in.
Oh, yeah.
Gaps now 1.
And so you would hear it. You could hear it a little bit in the engines, but when they downshifted, it was like, oh my god. It was
You know
so
what-
much like rougher.
Right side.
Yeah.
Clear right.
Because of the GT World Challenge Americas, I've gotten to meet a couple of drivers, but one of them
P8.
being
2 laps
Adam
of fuel left.
Adelson. And
Okay.
he always... Not that he's, like, in person he's not rubbed me the wrong way, but, like, he kind of, in a private way, has rubbed me the wrong way. Because he
Yeah.
just seems... He seems like a almost business frat guy, sort of.
Oh,
I don't know what it is about him.
Now 82
But something
degrees.
he's got
about
too
him
much
seems-
Logan Sargent in him.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know, he seems off. I love what's his teammate? It's not Snow. Elliott Skier. Elliott Skier seems great.
Yeah. Well, Madison Snow's a local Salt Lake prospect.
Nice.
Local boy.
Nice.
Tore it up in the Pro Early World Challenge out at Denton Miller Motorsports Park.
Yeah. That's what it's called now.
I've watched-
GT World Challenge.
It's yeah.
Right side.
That was another one.
Hold your line.
We had a connection with
Still
it
there.
was, I guess Compass 360 Racing.
Oh, nice.
They just did like a TCA thing, but like it was just Honda Civics when they raced, but they did.
Oh yeah,
a
the
little bit
TC
of it,
Americas. Yes. I love that series, man.
That was fun because we get to go watch them race, and then you'd have
Everybody.
the TCB cars, which was the Mini Coopers.
Yeah, they. So like now those are all combined. You have TC Americas, TCX, and then just
The next
TC.
car is Cook.
And the
On
TC series
78.
is like those are with the minis, and like they're all put into one category. It's so freaking crazy. I got to go because the tickets are so cheap and access is
Right.
undeniable.
Gap to the 8.
Yeah, that's what's cool is like you literally
6
like
seconds.
it's like okay like you still have to park outside the track.
You reckon?
You walk in, especially at UMC, the now Utah Motorsports campus. The Millers sold off their stake in it,
Yeah.
but it's like the garage is just like right there.
He's 7.
Exactly.
You got 1 more lap of fuel left.
No, it's awesome. I mean, that's where I got to meet my favorite team now, Samantha Tan Racing, where I got to meet. Yeah, they're just amazing people. And she didn't necessarily take me under her wing or anything like that, but like it was so cool because it wasn't even at COTA. Like the first year I was like, oh, I've always loved this car. I didn't even know what the team was when it was called Pirelli
Right
World
side.
Challenge.
Clear
And that
right.
was back when Aurora Strauss even raced with them in the GT4s, and I didn't even realize that for just the tiniest amount of time. And then she,
Next car
Yeah.
ahead is
I didn't
number
realize
67.
that it was Samantha Tan Racing. And come back, and I was like, yes, I love the BMW. They look so cool. And because Aiden had invited me down because he was in the GR86 Cup. And
Okay, yeah.
yeah. And so I didn't talk to Samantha Tan Racing at the time. But then I talked to her when I got to go back to the 8 hours of Indy that year.
Car right.
Yeah.
And that is an
Hold your
event.
line.
If you ever get the chance to go to Indy
Hold your line.
in
Clear
October,
right. On your
it's
right.
worth it.
Oh yeah.
Even if there's a
your
cold
line.
front, it's still worth it. First year, miserable
line.
weather. Cold front
Clear
came
right.
through,
Hit this time.
but the
Clear
the
right.
race, like during the day, it was
Whippy as
beautiful.
hell.
Yeah, it was just nippy. Yeah, it was cold in the morning. The rain had come in Thursday when I flew in.
On your right.
That was really it. And then
Hold your line.
Friday,
Clear
all
right.
day was awesome. And
Down to your last gallon here.
Sam was gracious enough, invited me in the garage, and one of the esports guys was there too. And they're supposed to have the esports finale for ACC there, but they changed it to like 2 weeks later in Indianapolis, the
Yeah.
where the Colts play.
There's an incident in 1.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So at whatever that
40 meters.
convention
Yeah, I
is.
can't.
Next guy is Cook.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know the
78.
name of it.
PR,
I know what you're
PRI
talking
maybe.
about,
Yeah,
where you-
PRI. That's what it is. PRI.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyways, they had the convention there, but yeah, he was supposed to be there for that, and he was, but it was just funny.
Traffic on exit. Watch out. Hit speed is 45 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, yeah, no, she was
All right, hit
super
in
nice.
5, 4,
And then,
3, 2.
dude,
1.
that year I got
Hit
to
now.
after the race. They had an unfortunate problem with their fuel tank,
Left front 87. Set. Rear left 93.
but what am I saying? She like they missed the podium, but they finished the race on the lead lap, and it had great pace and all of that. But she
Yeah.
was gracious enough, took a selfie with me,
Oh,
and like let me hang out with not only the crew but just with her friends as well, which was so freaking cool. And so I'm there afterwards, and then I went to the WRT garage, which was so
Okay.
cool
Yeah.
because that's where she was at the time. That's where I have the selfie with her. And so looking back at it, I'm like, wait, did I miss an opportunity to take a picture also with
Disengage the limiter here.
Kelvin Vanderland and those
Right.
guys?
Tire temps are cold.
Yeah.
Because the next year I realized
Next guy ahead of us
and
is
became
car number
decent friends
64.
with freaking Neil Verhagen, which is epic.
Oh,
Or
awesome.
decent colleagues, I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it just, yeah, stuff like that. Just like, wait, was it that Raffaele Marciello, or was that, Kelvin Vanderland? Did I just miss an opportunity because they were there
Fuel
IGTC?
window's going to open on lap 14.
Because that's what that is. It's the
Hey.
final round of IGTC.
Oh, that race. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I had the IMSA race in my head, but that's the 6 hour. Yes. The 8 hour is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's the only race that goes into the night at Indy.
Huh.
They advertise it so well.
Yeah. That's funny.
Uh-huh. That was a great race the first year. Second year should have been even better. I'm still mad. Fuel freaking pump issue, dude.
Yeah.
And I was
It was
gutted
funny
for
one
that
of the
too.
years. Yeah. This isn't funny. I don't know why I said that, but one of the years, Compass 360 had graduated from TC cars. They had a McLaren P1 that was racing in some GTX class or whatever.
Weird.
And off a standing start,
Cecil.
somebody in front of them stalled, and it's so dusty out there that like the dust cleared, and the guy tried to avoid the wreck and ended up burying it into the wall. So it's like, here's like all these people that like you're friends with, and you're hanging out in the garage all weekend and stuff. And I was like 14, but like they come back and they're like, "Fuck, dude, we just rode off a McLaren P1." Like, oh, this
Yeah.
is not good for business. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I can understand that. Cause for me, I was like, oh no, like they crashed, like that's sad, and then like you see the car and you're like, oh, it's like it's all torn up, and everyone's like, oh, and you're like, okay, I get like it sucks, but like why are you that sad? It's like, no, that's like a $400,000 race car that you just
Exactly, and now it's a big old expense that you did not need. That could bankrupt a team. Literally.
yeah. I don't think that's what did them in. I think they went for a few years after that, but
Yeah.
it certainly didn't help.
Exactly. No, cold tires. Saved it. But yeah, no, I remember because like it was a great weekend. Start of the weekend, I'm there Friday all day, all of that. Then I get to see Sam, and we're talking, and she's loving life, and I'm loving life too, and anyways, like we're talking about the car and all this fun stuff, and she's like, yeah, you're here for the whole weekend? I'm like, yeah. And this was after FP, like all the practices and the qualifying too.
Yeah.
And they had put the pro car, she had two cars at the time, and this car was with Bill Oberlin of all people.
Wow.
And I hope I'm saying this name right, Varun Choksi. Couldn't tell you who he is, what his accolades are, and how he got a pro license, but he got a pro license. So, yeah, anyways, they're there, and like, she invites me to the pit wall, to go watch the Super Bowl. I'm like, yeah, I'll go. I'll come with
Yeah.
for sure. And yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna film any of it. I'm just gonna, enjoy it. And I enjoyed
Right,
it.
yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm not gonna impose or anything like that. I don't have a pass or anything like that, where everyone else does. They have their lanyard, but I'm, decked out in their merch anyway, so no one's batting an eye. They're just like,
Right, yeah.
he's a part of the team.
Yeah, I got to, in one of the years we were in Phoenix, we also have some small connections with, like, people around the NASCAR garage, just from, my little brother, through Children's Tumor Foundation, was the youth representative for one of the finalists of the Betty Jane France Humanitarian Award,
Gotcha.
and got to go to the 2015 awards banquet in Vegas.
Oh wow.
And through that, met, like obviously, like, got to
There's
see
an
Kyle,
accident
and
in
he's a huge
turn
Kyle
one.
fan, so it was
Looks
so
like
cool for
it's
him to be like,
Cecil.
he won the championship, like, this
That
whole crew
wait, that was
there.
2015, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that was the same year. I was a Harvick fan, so I was a little disappointed.
Yeah. Second, just
Mhm.
just a little bit short, but
A little bit short of Homestead, yeah.
so we got to know, like, one of the crew guys, and then he's the one who was able to help us sort of get to Vegas the first year, and then that's how we met up with David, just like by chance, walking around the start and park garages and, like, basically knocking on haulers, just being like, hey, like, can we get a picture? But and so over the years, like, with him knowing guys on the crew and them signing shirts for him, going to about a race a year, we just knew a couple guys on the crew, and, like, some of them would leave, some of them went other places,
D18.
Yeah.
some things like that. But
10 seconds.
one of the things that he would always do, whether or not he was there with Kyle or there, like, with friends from the team, was they had the Mars stash of candy in the hauler.
Of course.
And one of the guys told him, if you go knock on the hauler, they'll give you some for the race, like, to watch the race. So we would always do that. And so 2019, I think it was. Yeah, I still have the hat somewhere, which is cool because this was the last race before the championship that he ended up winning the second one.
Yeah.
But one of the guys was like, hey, like, do you guys want to go in the hauler? And we're like, yeah, sure, like, we'll grab some candy. He's like, no, like, I'll, like, show you guys around the hauler. And it was like, oh, yeah, like, okay. And so we're just, like, walking around. He's showing us all the radios and stuff. And that was super cool. And, like, all
That's
the
so
tools and how you get up to where the cars are. And then he was like, I don't know if we can go in the driver's lounge right now, but it was the car chief at the time and Adam Stevens.
Oh yeah.
And then so he, like, poked his head in. They're like, yeah, like, they can come in and, like, see it. So we all go in there, and they're just sitting on the couches watching college football. It was Minnesota against it was Big Ten college football. Like a Saturday afternoon, just after qualifying. It was like, no way. So everybody else, like, kind of left and, like, went down, and I was just like, do you guys mind if I, like, stay here and watch the game? And they're like, yeah, sure, like, just don't hang out, like, too long. And I'm like, no, okay. So
That's funny.
and Adam's great. He's recognized my little brother over the years and
That's cool.
always gives him crap. They always wait outside the inspection line for him on Saturdays whenever they're in Phoenix. And
Yeah.
even the past 2 years like, even the years where Bell's in the championship for, he still, like, stops, talks for a couple of minutes, and then it's like, we'll get a picture and head out and stuff. So Adam's super chill, but, like, I'm always like, I watch college football for about 10 minutes with him and some other guy.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other interesting thing, like, just with connections and garages and stuff, is one of those Pirelli weekends, one of the TCB guys, he must have only been like 17, 18 at the time, because he would travel with his mom.
Yep.
But his name is Jason Hart,
Oh wow.
and, like, I don't hear a lot from him until he runs a GT4 in the Dubai 24-hour, like, every year without fail.
That's funny.
Yeah. So it's always like, oh, the time's,
Cut one.
oh, it's January. Yeah, okay. We'll just have the Dubai 24 on. Oh, I wonder if Jason's racing. Oh, cool, he is. Like, I know that guy. It's
Yeah.
like- but
That's funny. No, I mean, like, speaking about like a driver like that, before I get onto the sad part, I guess, of that story of, you know, the Samantha Tan was good, but until it was bad. But anyways, oh yeah, the first year that I went to Indy, there's this guy. He's like 18 years old, or even maybe younger at that time. I don't know how old he was, but it's Jake Walker. And he was their third driver with Neil Verhagen, Samantha Tan, for Samantha Tan Racing.
Okay.
And I remember after the race, like the race is finished, fireworks have been popped, and they're in the garage, and he's like getting on his regular clothes, and his dad is there. He's like, "Come on, dude," or "Come on, buddy, we gotta go." He's like trying to get dressed as fast as possible. I'm pretty sure they had a flight out from Indy that night so that he could get back. Because this is like October, you know, this is October.
Yeah.
So he's probably got to get back home for school for the, you know, the week.
Yeah.
Got a track limit warning.
So, made me laugh.
Car number 64. Head is now 6.1 seconds.
And then, yeah, the sad part of my story for the year after was... So, like, yeah, everything is good the Friday. The car's great. It was great in shakedown. It was great and everything.
78 degrees.
And then the next day, it's a race. First hour, phenomenal. Phenomenal stuff. Like, the pace is good. There was a BMW that goes into the gravel, can't get out, so they throw full course yellow to get him out. Understandable. He'll be back in the race most likely. It's just a random car, a random BMW.
Right.
Then a restart goes after that, and first stint was by Neil. So then second stint was by Samantha Tan. Everything's looking good. And I'm like, okay, this is good first stint, whatever. And there's like free stuff around here, and there's stuff to do. And I have another great story about that whole trip too, of how I just met this random person from the hotel, and he was an amazing dude, and he gave me a free ride to go instead of me taking an Uber to the track in his Mercedes.
Right side, clear right.
Met this old dude who was like super nice, a super nice guy. He could have kidnapped me. It could have been a legit story, but I trusted him because he seemed harmless. Anyways, he gets me to the track, so I'm hanging out with this old guy that used to be an engineer for just, I don't even know what he did. It wasn't even for racing. He was like a mechanical engineer or something like that. I forget. Anyways, point of the story, I'm walking, and I don't know if you know
On your left.
the concourse right outside of the track. Like, you're still in the track, but it's like right outside of the grandstands, I should say. Big old screen.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, big old screen.
Car number 64.
Anyways,
Heads now 0.8.
all of a sudden, I hear them say, "There's a car stopped. It's a BMW." I look over, I see the scheme, and I know the number, and I yell as loud as possible, "No!" Because it was them. Stopped.
There's a wreck in turn 2. Looks
I
like
was just about to grab like a free energy drink that they had there, and things were good. No, it was stopped, slowing down, and it stopped, and they tried to go down pit lane. They were able to limp it to pit lane, and then it stopped, and it was very frustrating and sad because it was just like, this cannot be happening. This was also the championship. They were leading by 30-some points, and this was a double-point race, and you win 25 points for a win. And normally there are 2 races during the weekend, so 25 plus 25 equals 50. So there's still a chance, and that's when it was doubled to 50 points. So there's still a chance for Turner Motorsports to win. And all Samantha Tan Racing had to do was finish 5th or better in class. It was depressing. Because they had both their fuel pumps fail. Freaking BMW issue.
Wow, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was heartbreaking.
That's a new quick lap for Upper Soaring 2.
And seeing how sad Sam was after the race was depressing. She was in tears, dude. And I was like, dude, you did a hell of a job. There's who could have seen, like, I tried to keep it. You did a hell of a job this season. I gave her a little quick hug, and before I left, and this team was still super nice because there was their pit board, or garage board, I should say. And I had to fly back to Texas. This is where I'm in Texas.
Yeah.
So behind me, I have her pit board. It says 38 Pro-Am.
D17.
I was able to get it through security, dude. Security was like, we've seen this all the time. You're not carrying a tire. You're carrying a plastic little board. You're fine. There's no bombs attached to this. You're good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, that was oh my gosh. To see the highest of the highs, because I went to their COTA race, they swept the freaking podium, dude. And, they're all spraying champagne over Robbie Foley.
Gap 2, ow.
Beat them.
1.5
Like,
seconds.
yeah, it was great. And then seeing the lowest of lows. So sad.
Track temps falling. It's now 74 Fahrenheit.
Dude, she said she wanted to, like, quit racing. She was just like, oh, is this even right for me? Like, what am I doing? So she quits the GT World Challenge. Goes to the VP Racing Fuel Series, dude. And then almost wins both those races in the first Daytona race. During the Roar.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then goes to COTA, sweeps that weekend.
On your right. Clear
Goes
right.
to Mid-Ohio, a new track for her, sort of. And does pretty well in that.
Mid pass. Now hit your marks.
And then gets a call from BMW for WRT saying, hey, do you want to join our team for the Le Mans Cup for during the 24-hour weekend? Since you're going to be up there anyway? She's like, yeah.
Right.
And then not too long after that, gets a call from somehow, some way, they make a deal with BMW ambassadors, make a
Next
deal
guy
with
ahead is 1 lap down.
Mini Cooper, Bulldog Racing for the 24 hours of Nürburgring. And she raced in that. Last minute deal, dude.
Wow. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And she talked about, just on her story, she was like, dude, the amount of times that I was thinking about just how much that losing that championship hurt me. And then after the first night in Le Mans, I was crying my eyes out because how happy I was to be here.
Gap 2, D17.
Like, holy shit.
Now 4.4.
She
D16.
went through
That
a
lap was
ton
up
of stuff,
2,
and her motto is keep pushing. And
Right.
so,
Yeah.
like,
I
yeah.
mean,
Like,
the results
Yeah.
are there even if the championships aren't. So.
yeah. So I guess all in all to say, obviously if they win the championship, she's in the top tier of IMSA next year.
Oh yeah.
Because they own the BMW GTD, and she's got the backing from BMW big time, and the results are there, the pace is there. She almost beats Neil Verhagen's lap time sometimes in the GTD. So yeah. And Neil's
That's
in
awesome.
Hall Miller, yeah. All of that just to come together for that team is wild. All started
Yeah.
because of a stupid little thing of she was born in Toronto, Canada. And so her dad was afraid, when she got her license and had her car, he's like, it's going to turn winter. You don't know how to drive in snow. We're going to send you to
Right.
a BMW Performance School Center just so that you know how to control your car in snow, just in case.
Got a track limit warning.
She does that. She falls
Yeah.
in love with it. And then learned all about car culture and all that stuff and how to properly heel toe in her car. And yeah, has had that car ever since she was able to drive.
SE race. Interesting.
Yeah, ST Racing. And yeah, that story is crazy. And since I'm a sports journalist, I've wanted to get her on a podcast, like on my YouTube channel or on the other one that the company that I work for.
Mm-hmm.
Just a virtual one to tell her story about the whole entire thing, because it's insane.
Yeah.
Her hardship, and
Gave us a cut warning.
she knows me, and hopefully she knows I am very harmless. She should not be worried about me.
Yeah.
Asking very bad questions. If anything here and there,
Alright.
I'm not. Yeah.
That's halfway.
But,
I
yeah.
think 15.
I think I've got to get off. I've got to be up pretty early tomorrow morning. But
Oh yeah.
it was great talking to you.
Yes, sir. It was great talking to you as well.
I will let you know. I'm down to do Watkins.
Okay.
I will figure that out tomorrow with what limited time I have, practice-wise.
Okay.
And then
Let's-
you would want to do the noon GMT start time, so 6 for you, 5 for me, I think.
Yeah, worse.
Okay.
And then yeah, if that works, just in case.
Yes.
And then if not, if last minute, if you want to tell me that you can do like the one in the late afternoon on Friday, then we'll do that. We can do that. At worst.
Okay. The problem is I work 4 to 9
Okay.
for my time, 5 to 10 for you tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, tomorrow then. Forget tomorrow. Saturday, yeah. It's just a little busy for me, but like it's 6 hours on Saturday, so yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or so race will probably start at 7.
Track temps up. It's now
So-
78
Right.
degrees.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So yeah, it should finish around 1-ish.
I'll be done by noon. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. I'll
For
just
that
come
one.
home, get an hour of get a little bit of practice, and then go to bed.
Yeah, we got one shot.
I'll wake up. Right. Yeah.
Which
Well,
ain't
because
bad.
registration opens at what, 4:30?
Yeah, so
Would be a half or 5:30 for you.
5:30. I'll make sure to see when registration opens.
Now 13 seconds.
Okay.
Cause yeah, if it, yeah, unless it opens,
Never
yeah,
said
yeah.
you.
We'll wait and see.
Right.
Should be good. Yeah, be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Good talking to you. See ya.
Yes, sir.
Have a good night.
You too. See ya. Q. Okay, now it's buffering really bad. I only have 17 frames. It's chugging. There we go. It's back. Why?
Gave us a cut warning.
I'm distracted. But I'm getting good practice in, that's why. And so,
Our car number
it's
48
almost an
is
hour
now
down
leading.
into the race. It was good. It was good practice. It was laggy as can be. We'll figure out something to get this less lagging. But for now, we're gonna call it. Just for now. Didn't realize it was this late. Yeah.